Hey, nice try.
Hey, Rick, what's going on?
Not much. Glad you could join me. Just about ready to start, actually.
Well, you're already live, so you're halfway there.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, John.
So
Good to see you. It wouldn't let me. Normally, I push that little button at the top there to type everybody's name in and send out one invitation to everybody. It wouldn't let me do it today.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of YouTube lately.
Yeah.
They've been doing shit it's Google, really. I've not been a fan of Google for a while now, and just the other day they've really lost a lot of confidence because of what they're doing, just because of reactionary actions.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, I agree with you.
I don't want to go into it unless you want to go into it, but I'm very unhappy with Google as a company as a whole.
Well, I can add that to my list. We can add that to my list. And a lot of other stuff to get through first, but it's on there. Anyway, let me get started. Well, welcome everybody to Rick's Life as I See It. This is week 20. And hey, John, what, you can't speak today?
Good morning, guys. How was everyone?
Hey, how's it going? I don't see anybody here yet, but that doesn't matter. I got a lot to go on. I mean, of course, we've all talked about it, but maybe people with more knowledge can explain it to me.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's mainly the NRA. I listened to on the news to both Chris Cox and what's his name,
Wayne LaPierre.
Yeah, and it didn't sound like they were giving in, but it didn't sound like they were fighting for us either.
They're not.
Is it a calculated move on their side?
They're trying to get people on both sides to help to be members and give them more money, really. Because right now they are registered as a nonprofit, but here's the thing: the NRA still needs to make money so it can pay its people.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't see them doing anything to help the the people they're supposed to be helping, and it just looks like it's just a reactionary statement just to get more members so that they can get more money.
Yeah, because the way they worded that thing on the bump stocks, let's send it back to the ATF, let them relook at it. I mean, are they saying go ahead and ban it or not? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like they're going on a tight line right there. It really does sound it to me.
I do not like where they were going with it. I do not like where this whole situation is going with it. And why do we have to lose something just because some crazy left-wing nut job goes and does something? Why do we have to lose it? You know, why do they try and take it away from us who have done nothing wrong when it's one of their people, one of their constituents, one of their party members that caused the problems?
The sad part is they're always running on emotions rather than common sense.
Oh, absolutely. This is being done by emotion. Totally.
Yeah.
You know, but
and the problem is the way their emotions are very, very skewed.
Yeah. But unfortunately, as I was saying this the other day, most of the media, that's what you're going to call them, are all liberal. And they're all leaning the other way. You know, most of them are for the anti-gunners. You know, be honest with you, I've been watching Fox News, and I got to give credit to them. They have been on our side. You know, they've been fighting a good fight on the Second Amendment for us.
Depending on who it's been.
Oh, 50. Yeah. I mean, they got that one asshole who comes on in the afternoon, Shepard, whatever his name is. He's a real asshole. But besides him, I mean, Tucker does good. Hannity does good. Even that lady at 7 o'clock was doing pretty good herself this time. You know? But I don't know. I want to. I don't know. It's got me to the point where, you know, I mean, then of course, I listened to, which I shouldn't have done. I listened to Yankee Marshall's bullshit, and that guy's got a hard on for Wayne LaPierre anyway. You know what I'm saying? So,
there are a few people that have done videos already requesting the termination and resignation of Wayne LaPierre.
yeah, you know, but people have been saying that for a long time. But he's been there, you know, I don't know.
Right, but it's a little stronger now because of the things that have been going on. So maybe somebody out there will be pushing for it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's getting up there in age too, mind you.
Well, irrelevant of age, it's the actions that have been taking place. You know, because a lot of the things they've been doing really are not pro-gun, and they're not pro-Second Amendment, which is, for those who don't know, part of the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah, well, I want to mention this because I know I'm always one to harp on about shall not be infringed, but that's only because I actually understand the wording of the Constitution, unlike a lot of stupid people in our government.
Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, hit or miss Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. But yes, basically, when you get elected to House of Representatives or Senator, there's an oath of office. Okay? You know that, right?
Yeah.
That oath, in that first sentence of that oath, you are supposed to, that oath they take is to support and defend the Constitution. Okay? You follow me so far?
I'm with you.
Then Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. Yet every time something happens, they try and ban something and take something away from the American people, and they are breaking not only the Second Amendment, but they are also breaking their oath, yet no one calls them on it and lets them do it.
They don't have the balls to do it. That's the problem.
Since when have we become a ballless nation?
Unfortunately, we're not a ballless nation, but we have people without the balls and their spine.
The last 8 years, the country was brainwashed.
Yeah, there are quite a few people that are just sheep, and they'll walk into the fire, no questions asked. Absolutely.
I am so fed up with this.
Yeah, but then I mean, what else got me was I read something this morning that Trump is ready to talk. You know, I hope he doesn't give into this.
Outside of any talk the politicians do, we really need to make our voices heard. We really need to contact them, phone them, email them, send them letters, and let them know you are gone if you continue this anti-American, anti-Constitution behavior. And they need to know they're gonna go.
I've already emailed the Republican National Committee and told them that they sold everyone a pack of lies during this last election, and that I'm not voting for any single standing Republican, and I'm not going to vote for a Republican this next term either. It's like if there's not a libertarian candidate, I'm not voting for either of them.
Exactly. And if you're,
I told them I have lost faith in the Republican Party because they're no fucking different than the Democrats. They do the same thing. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
For those,
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. It's, I don't know. I mean, even what's his name? That asshole, Paul Ryan said.
My fucking senator, Lindsey Graham. My fucking senator, the one who stood up for the AR-15s, turned around and did this shit.
I know.
I'm fucking done.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you. I'm done too. I really am. You know, I've been trying to fight the fight up here in the good old Northeast where all the senators are Democrat. You know, I even send letters to those guys saying vote for the Second Amendment. I know the response I normally get is we believe in the Second Amendment, but then what I normally do is I'll just normally delete the rest of the email. I don't even read it after that.
We believe in the Second Amendment, but we must have some acceptable regulations. And my response to that is, okay, here's a 1764 dictionary. Here's the Constitution. Here it is on the page, whatever. It says, don't fuck with it. Yeah. That's what shall not infringe means. Don't fuck with it. What are you doing? You're fucking with it.
Oh, yeah. I agree. And also, actually, talking about that, there was some person who's friends with me on Facebook, real anti-gunner, put up something there about everything's going on. You know, why in the hell do we need weapons like this and this thing? They weren't around when the Second Amendment was written. I said, why don't you use a quill and parchment paper, write this down, send it to everybody you know on your list on horseback, then get back to me. I said, you're using your First Amendment rights, using new technology. Why can't we?
John, there's not enough air. I'm so wound up. There's not enough air right now. There's just not.
Yeah.
I know, brother. I know. It's frustrating.
Yeah. Well, anyway, one good news about it. I think I said it the other night.
I'm sorry, Rick. I don't mean to turn your show into a giant night strike rant. No. I apologize.
One good thing though is
Hey, Rick, just want to say hi to Alan B. Pro Listing on the YouTube side as well as Grim on the gun channel side.
I did say hello to Alan. And I said hello to Grim too.
I just feel strongly about this, and I believe everyone should have have rights that is written in this Constitution. I believe in it fully. The problem is, I guess I'm like one of the few people that actually do. And
you're not alone. There are a few people.
Sometimes I feel alone because a lot of you guys you joke around with the whole shall not be infringed thing, but it's right there. There's a dictionary. Words are supposed to mean something. They're not supposed to be empty.
Hey, Ohio 45 ACP. Listen, people agree with you. Just because people joke about it doesn't mean they don't agree with you and doesn't mean they don't think the same way. But it's frustrating, and some people need to laugh to get over the frustrations that the Republican Party is causing right now. They're frustrated. Now, I agree with you.
I hate to say they're not even really Republican. We're the other party that is supposed to be the opposite of Democrats, but we're just totally Democrats.
Yeah. That's
now, question for you. Have any other amendments been messed with in any way? Changed in any way?
I haven't seen any updates in the last couple of days.
I mean, the First Amendment, is it still practiced the way it's written?
Well, you see the left doesn't like how it's written, so I don't know whether they're messing with it or not. But I wouldn't doubt that if something is in the pipelines.
Well, what I'm saying is, because the Second Amendment seems to take the brunt of everything.
Which country was that arrested people because of what they said on their Twitter accounts and whatnot? That was Britain, but somewhere in Europe. So they have no constitution, but they're going the route of anti-free speech.
Oh yeah.
And that's not a good thing.
No. You're right. Anyway, back to what I was going to say is, out of all this darkness and stuff, at least DC won their, shall issue thing now, because the they're not going to take it to the Supreme Court, the district.
Right. They're not. And one of the reasons some people say they're not taking it is the fact that
they're waiting to see what happens with this.
No, the reason they're not taking it to the Supreme Court is because if they're ruled against it, it'll make it nationwide. So they don't want to risk it. So they're not fighting it. They passed, I believe they passed their 10-day requirement to file the appeal. So they're not fighting it, but there are reasons behind that.
Oh yeah, because right
so
now
don't look at it like they're doing us a favor. Because I'm pretty sure
over on the West Coast, the Ninth Circuit upheld it. You know,
well, this Ninth Circuit needs to go.
Well, we know that
because they're totally corrupt, but against the Constitution. But again, I'm saying they didn't fight this because it was a 2-1 decision, and everybody's assuming if they did appeal it and it went to the Supreme Court and they didn't get their way, it would have been a big loss for them nationwide.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to risk that. So they weren't doing us a favor by not fighting it. They're still dirty scumbags.
Oh yeah. Next question for somebody. On bump stocks, has the industry, the people who make them, have they jacked the price up, or the people that sell them?
No, they have. They stopped. The industry. I'll tell you this. The industry has stopped selling everything that they had in stock and is biding its time and waiting. Whereas everybody that has one or has them in stock has decided to see what happens, and the prices have started going up on them because people want them before they're banned.
Yeah.
And the issue is that they're going like $300, $400, $500, $700, up to $2,000 on Gun Broker.
How much they normally sell for?
I got mine for $99.
There you go.
Well, actually, no, I take that back. $96, but there was shipping, so
Yeah,
$99.
I remember that. I mean, go back to Sandy Hook here in the state of Connecticut when they banned AR-15s here in the state. I mean, you could buy them before a certain deadline. And the price of, even cheap ones were going for thousands of dollars.
I mean, I've got mine in, like 14 or 15. I think it was 14.
Yeah.
Might have been 15. I don't know. But I got mine, and I enjoy it. I use it often, but I'm not using it all the time. I don't use it all the time. I use it often, but most of the time I'm throwing, I hate to say this, but I've gone back on my word of not using steel case. I've been using steel case because when you're just doing bump firing, it's cheaper to use steel case ammo than it is to use brass.
Oh, absolutely.
So, so that's what I'm using the ammo for. But I do throw a couple pieces of brass in there just so the steel doesn't get stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand. And it's...
But, I don't see why we need to ban bump fire stocks, and I don't see why people, even on our side, should be agreeing or giving in to the other side, because if we give in, we're not going to get anything out of it.
We're going to lose even more.
I don't believe the Firearms Owner Protection Act really helped one worth of a damn of giving up our machine gun rights.
No, and as it says, it's I don't think they should be banned. Just because one person did that with them, the rest of the masses are going to get punished for the few.
Exactly.
Which is not right.
No, sir.
So, I mean, because you know what's going to happen as soon as they get this, and somebody's going to mention damn binary triggers as well. You know what I'm saying? The next thing they're going to try to ban those too.
And then somebody will say, "Oh, you can pump fire AR-15 or any rifle, that's semi-automatic rifle, if with just a belt loop. So we need to ban belt loops, and we need to ban people from telling people how to use their own rifles."
Oh yeah, yeah.
But we're not going to stop there. We're also going to stop and say you can't have all these accessories. So you can't have scopes anymore. You can't have bayonet lugs. You can't have bayonets. You can't have bipods. Those are all evil accessories.
They're all military accessories.
You see, you give them an inch, they won't take a mile. They'll take 10 miles.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they take the whole goddamn lot. I mean, as somebody else said, I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody on TV. It's the same old story. They're after our guns. They want us not to have any guns. And I'm sorry, even though it's been worked out now that the police were outside that door in 11 minutes. But waited an hour before they busted it down, just in case.
75.
In case he was still alive. But 11 minutes when you can't fight back is an eternity.
The security guard was there within a few minutes. The police were there after way over an hour.
Yeah, the police guard was there because he had a door alarm or something that he was checking on. From what I can understand, he actually opened the door was open to the room, and he opened it, and what's his name turned around and shot him.
What I don't understand is why they didn't throw grenades in through the window, because they've done that from the outside of buildings before, if they knew where it was coming from.
Well, it was 32 floors up.
Yeah, they've what do you call it with the rope? They've done that from the outside of the buildings to enter apartments.
Oh, okay, I'm with you. Come down from the top on a rope.
Right. And throw some flashbangs in there. They could have done that. I don't understand why they didn't. Yeah. And the flashbangs...
Actually, the British SAS done it years and years ago at an embassy in England.
Exactly. So I don't understand why they couldn't do it here ASAP. Get a helicopter out there, put the guys on the roof, and get some flashbangs in there. They could have done that easily within 10 minutes.
Yeah, but the bottom line is it all comes down they want to take our guns.
Yeah.
And I ain't going to give them up. I really not. I'm new into the game. I've gun ownership, but I got them now, and I ain't going to give them up. Not in today's world. We even had what was it the other day?
Hey, Clover Tech, what's up?
Clover Tech in the room?
On the YouTube side.
Okay, yeah. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was it a Oh yeah, there was a armed home invasion in a city. They call it a city. It's in a town a few miles from me. Just the other day, it was on the local news. So I mean, our little world up here ain't that safe. People think it is. We actually had a murder in this town a few months back, and which is rare for. Because this where I live is little town America. Theoretically, you can still go out and leave your doors open. You know what I mean? But it's
right.
It's changing fast.
Hey, Sean, he's on the gun channel side.
Hey, Sean. So, yeah, I'm gonna put let's see. What I'm looking for.
I'm back.
All right, there.
Hey, Omar.
Let's put the link in on the gun channel side. I don't know how to do it on the.
Clover, get over to the gun channel side and jump in.
Yeah, Clover. What the hell? Alan's got to go to work, so he can't. He's got to get ready.
I don't know. Can you do it on the YouTube side?
Well, if I'm a mod, I can go and post it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No.
Otherwise,
I just said I posted it again on the.
Well, if you do put it on the YouTube side, you need to delete it because you don't know who else is on that gets on that you don't want on.
Yeah.
Understand?
Oh,
you
yeah.
You don't want to get a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
True. No, I don't know. I stuck my NAR sticker up on my my gun cabinet here today.
You stuck one up?
Yeah, I had to spare one. I've been meaning to stick it up for months. I stuck it up today.
Okay, well, get the paint scraper or just the scraper out. Now take it off and burn it, please.
Yeah.
There's actually some acid you could put on it and just burn it away, just disintegrate it.
First, you know, I don't know. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I really am. Maybe because maybe because I'm letting the thing where they're going on about concealed carry. You know, maybe I'm letting my rose-colored glasses blind me here. You know,
maybe.
So I don't know. Anyway, that's about it. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, so are you going to stop being a member of the NRA when the next when your renewal is up?
Yeah, you know? I'm not giving them any more money.
You know, I tell you what.
I gave them like 3 times the money last year because I donated them and the GOA, and you know, this year they've been asking me for money, and I've been looking at it. What have you fucking done for me this year?
Oh yeah, I mean I get 2 or 3 letters a week asking me for goddamn money. You know, and
I get one letter every week.
Oh yeah, at least one. I think the other week I got 3 from them asking for money. Leading up to the election, I gave money. You know, but I don't know. They, as you said, they ain't done much for us. Doesn't seem, but I don't know.
Yeah. Alan's saying the bill was pulled also. NRA didn't stop that. Yeah, they didn't stop it. They didn't stop it. They didn't say anything. They didn't do anything. They just let it happen. And then it's like, oh, let's ask the government to do a federal review. Hey, are you stupid or are you just blind, deaf, and dumb? All the Republicans and the Democrats in the government right now want to ban that shit, you know, and take it away from us. Leave it up to federal review. Very funny. Very fucking funny.
That's really, yeah. I mean, see, yeah, I don't know. Maybe,
my ass.
I'm seeing it from different light. I don't know. Or maybe I don't want to see that what they're really doing to us.
All right, let me ask you this: you were born in a different country.
Yeah.
Okay. How safe was it over there?
I thought it was safe.
And then what happened?
Well, you see what's happening on the news. I mean, even I thought it was safe until I was about 25. Then I actually used my American citizenship and went to work for the U.S. government on a military base over in England.
Why'd you do that?
And more money.
Well, no. Well, there's more reasons than that's that, but okay.
Well, actually, that's one of the reasons. More money. It was a better job and everything else. But where I'm going with this is, this was back in the early '80s.
Yeah.
So they had whenever the attack on the ship back then or whatever. Anyway, what happened was all the military bases went under high alert during that time, and it even told us as civilians working for them, you know, I used to go out in the morning and look under my car. This is the kind of thing you had to start doing, you know, because they were targeting Americans over in England, you know, and that's what made me change. Then, of course, over the years, if you've seen what's happened over the last few years, you know, I mean, even last year, what was there, 2 attacks in London within a matter of months? You know, running people over, shooting down London Bridge and all that kind of crap. You know, and even when that one guy made it through into the Parliament building, he was tackled by an unarmed policeman because they don't have guns. You know,
no, that guy could have shot him.
The brave guy.
That guy could have shot that policeman, and kept on going.
Yeah, but he didn't.
No.
So, but anyway, see, there's talk now because I read up on this stuff, check up on this stuff. There's talk now about making the British police force an armed force because it's getting out of control now.
Seriously, they need to do that.
You know, but it still comes back to, but they still, the left or the Democrats or the liberals, whatever you want to call them, that's what they want us to be over here. Is we don't have the guns, only the police have the guns and the military. But as you said, you get a home invasion, you dial 911, it takes them 7 minutes to get here. I'm just one guy, so they just shoot me and steal my gun.
It takes them 7 minutes. Actually, it's usually between 10 minutes up to an hour or 75 minutes now.
But what happens if it's a house, that has a family in it, with teenage girls and stuff like that?
Right.
They can rape them. They can rape them before he shows up.
10 minutes to up to an hour for police response when you have literally seconds. And we're not talking like 30 seconds. We're talking you probably have between 5 and 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. And here, talking about that, how fast it happens. A friend of mine came over the other day, a good friend of mine, who I used to ride motorcycles with, and he carries, but he doesn't keep one in the chamber. And I said, stand where I had him stand over the other side. And I'm with a cane now, right? I said, I'm going to charge you. I said, we unloaded his gun per se, but I said, I'm going to charge you. Pull your gun out before I get to you and shoot me. And I hobbled up to him and touched him before he could even rack it. And I'm crippled. I said, so what do you think is going to happen if a good guy's coming at you? Same principle is where I'm going with this. It doesn't take that much time, and they want us to wait for people to come and help us.
One thing I just want to point out, like you mentioned about the foreign country, Sean said we need stricter lorry control, background checks, waiting periods, and more congestion charges. How about making the British subjects an armed society first? The problem is they're still referring to the people there as subjects. You might as well call them slaves, because without a constitution over there for them to have the right to protect themselves, it really is like full control of the people. And that the government is like 100% in power, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I agree with you. See, and living over here and living over there, then and stuff. Then I lived in Germany for 2 years. It made things a lot different. The way I look at things, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Europe, you can't even defend yourself if you're attacked by a crazy person or a criminal. You get sued for it and thrown in jail for defending yourself.
They've thrown people in jail for what they said on their social accounts. How anti First Amendment is that?
Yeah. You can't even have certain knives in England now. You know what I'm saying? You can have a pocket knife that you can that opens up.
Yeah, that it can only be what, half an inch?
Yeah, but it can't, and it can't lock.
That's so screwed up.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, in the Netherlands, you're not allowed to defend yourself. So if someone attacks you with a blunt weapon or a weapon in general, and you survive, You can't fight back, one. Two, you have to run away and call the police and report it, but you can't fight back. Otherwise, you get arrested, and the guy that, attacked you, gets off scot-free, but he doesn't get arrested either way.
That sucks.
Yes,
How is that justice?
Yeah. Now, it's not. It's not. But then if you look at countries in Europe, which is the safest country?
Switzerland.
Switzerland, because every house has to have a gun.
A close second is the Czech Republic.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, yeah. Switzerland says every house must have a gun.
I'm with Switzerland on that.
Oh yeah,
that's more or less because they believe everyone in the country, whether they're active military or not, is part of the militia.
Yeah,
because they don't have it. They're a small country, so they don't have the huge army that everybody else does in the world. And that's their reasoning.
And they employ their resources. What are those resources? The people.
Yeah. Ohio. No, according to what's his name, Chris Cox last night, he said that guy was not an NRA member at all.
So then why are they attacking us?
That's what he asked.
Yeah.
And he said he checked in. I think he said that every mass shooting that's been attacked, none of them have been NRA members. But we get the blame for it. I mean, as what's her name? Oh, Hillary said, the NRA is what caused this. So, what can you say? And even the NRA members are turned against them now. So it's a no-win situation. You dare say you're a member of the NRA?
I'm not sure I'm going to be one for much longer, but yes.
Say if I say a member, am I going to be, ignored on gun channels?
I doubt it.
But you understand what I mean? It's getting to a point where it's.
I want to know what the gun owners of America is doing.
I mean, they're making us fight amongst ourselves.
Yeah, that's the thing is, if you've got people that need to be a member for this reason or that, it's not that they necessarily support the NRA, but you got to realize the NRA is this huge organization, this octopus of an organization, and there's aspects of the NRA that some of us out here, including myself, have to have. They hold certifications for me that I need, Yeah. And I've got to be a member for them to do that. Now, with that said, my wife doesn't have to be a member, and my daughter doesn't have to be a member. You see what I'm saying? So I can pull support from that aspect. But I just hope that there's people out there that are rational and understand that sometimes there's people that have to do it whether they want to or not. And I certainly don't have to send them extra money or things like that. So, just realize that unless somebody comes out and they're just staunch advocates and are saying that, oh, the NRA is doing good, we love the NRA, whatever. I mean, yeah, if people come out like that, then eat them alive, because those people are idiots. But just because somebody is on their roster or on their rolls, don't take that to mean that they support all of this mess.
Yeah,
totally agree with you.
I agree with you. I mean,
because here, in the end, for me, here's the deal: do I lose those certifications and lose the ability to reach dozens and dozens and possibly hundreds of kids and then families and extended families and all of the impact that's made with that. Do I lose all of that over $30 to the stupid NRA? You know, it's just one. I don't know. That's a liberal move to me to pull that $30 a year. You know, with the NRA, $30 a year is not going to hurt them, and you know, it's a stupid trade to me.
Well, no, you're keeping it just because you're keeping it to get done what you need to get done doesn't mean you support them, just like in anything else.
It's just for us that don't have anything other than a membership. It doesn't make sense for us to support them.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, see, now, I mean, I was supporting them because, I don't know, I became a new gun owner, but then I supported them because, you know, that new gun club I belong to, you have to, they're somehow affiliated with the NRA. So you have to be a member of the club. I could give the club up, you know, but then I'm cutting my nose off to spite my face.
Well, and I want to say this too, and I haven't been involved with this in the last few years here locally, just because the representative locally is a big turd. It really doesn't have anything to do with the NRA per se, and that's the charitable organization stuff. That's the Friends of the NRA. And again, you get into that situation to where everybody needs to be aware that when you've got a big organization and they got multiple arms and stuff like that, one is not the same as the other. The charitable arm is not the same as the organizational arm or the legislative arm. A lot of money that they bring in goes to, you know, goes to training, goes to, you know, outreach, goes to other things. I mean, I see it. I was involved with it for quite a few years before we had a rep change.
But
so
apparently
I know
one arm
the
speaks for all of it, and nobody contradicts it.
Do what now?
Apparently one arm speaks for all of the NRA without any contradictions.
Yeah, well, but maybe so, but their goals are different. You have to understand their actions are, one is a nonprofit that leans in a different direction. Then you have the nonprofit side, which is I guess the head of the NRA.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would refer to it.
All right, I'm gonna hop out and I'm gonna go shoot my NRA card. So I'll see you guys later.
Hey, I was gonna bring up your topic.
Well,
your topic.
And we want to see you do it live.
You know, Google.
You ought to do it live, yeah.
That was my next topic.
All right, I'll stay another 5 minutes, but I'm getting hungry.
Well, hey, we only got a few minutes left of the program anyway.
All right. What's going on?
Tell me about Google. What they done to you?
Not me. Well, aside from the whole thing, but did you see what they did to Military Arms Channel? And that they're into many other YouTube channels, just for what they have on there.
No.
YouTube is pulling every single video that has bump fire stocks or bump fire rifles in videos. They're removing that.
They're going through them?
They're removing all that content. The Military Arms Channel just posted a thing on Instagram about it yesterday, where YouTube and Google flagged him, and flagged that video and removed it. And they're not just doing it to him; they're doing it to anybody who's got a video up about bump firing.
Well, that ain't right.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. But remember, their company, their terms of service. If you don't like it, well, deal with it or get out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know. I mean, because your first thought of your head is, well, that's restricting your First Amendment right. But as you said, it's their company. It's their rules. You know, if you don't like it, start your own company. Do your own thing.
So
I gotta go watch that. Are they taking it down or are they just flagging it? There's two different things.
They pulled them already. They're not flagging them. They pulled them.
They pulled them.
The videos don't exist.
Have they hit anybody else? I mean, like, I mean, there's never enough ammo done one?
No.
Oh, I tell you who's done. I know who done one. Was I have to go look. Hickok 45. He done one years ago.
It probably.
He voluntarily pulled it.
You know.
Yeah.
Now, I just typed in bump fire into YouTube, and I got 1.88 million results.
Well, is that
So-
are those reviews or are those people talking negative about it because of information? That's the
There's
question.
was
Sean Connery says 22 Plinkster's channel got tore apart of all his bumfire vids. Big Gunner,
most of them.
Big Gunner 81 was served notice on his installation video of the bumfire. Ohio 45 says.
There's some from years ago. I'm seeing there's one from Guns America from like a year ago. There's one from 5 years ago. I mean, there's still some out there. There's one from 6 years ago.
The robot is probably working its way backwards
Yeah, more than likely.
because a lot
there's a bunch of stuff talking about them, and there's a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you would call it negative, but there's a bunch of stuff that's like M16 versus bump fire. What is a bump fire stock? You know, that sort of thing. So,
Well, that's a comparison.
Basically left up for people can see what it truly is.
But actual reviews and videos that people had out there of just them shooting their bump fire stocks, those are being taken down.
I don't know what the programming language they used for this, but they went
The algorithm.
the algorithm. I don't know how they set the algorithm for this, but they pulled a lot of videos that were on for. If you didn't catch it right away, they pulled those videos, and it's like they never existed.
Yeah, some of the bump fire videos I've watched every now and then, and many years before, they're gone. I can't pull them up anymore.
Ohio 45 says Big Gunner's 81 copy of his YouTube notice is on his Instagram, and he put a link on the gun channel side.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw those suckers on VidMe.
Yeah.
That's why you keep backups and archives and stuff like that too.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that. I didn't know if it was a flagged issue or an all out, they got rid of them issue. If they're getting rid of them, that's totally different. I know there's been a whole new round of flagging that has went on this week because I've suffered that big time. So
you
you finally got it now.
Oh, I'm in Night Strike NEA Yankee territory just about. Yeah, and I can't find any rhyme or reason. I've been going through it for my metadata for days and days and for a couple of days now. I don't see a rhyme or reason. I don't see a rhyme or reason to it.
Could it be the fact that you're talking about guns? Just throwing that out there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's. I don't want to be
that guy.
I like to use. This goes back to the whole conversation of Thursday night. I don't like to use the wrong words. I don't like to put words in people's mouths. Whatever. So I don't want to say there is a bias that exists, and I've always said that. But I just don't know. I don't know because, like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. I've got stuff that's gotten flagged, and it continues for the last few days. It's been doing that. I've got stuff that's gotten flagged that is like from 2015. It's been on YouTube for nearly 3 years or something, and then all of a sudden now it's flagged. And then I've got stuff that it really doesn't even have to do with firearms per se, and there's not really anything to do with firearms or gun or anything like that in the title. It's more giveaway related stuff, and I mean it got flagged. And then there's stuff that has to do with that's still up and it's not flagged and there's no issue. So I don't know. I'm still going through it. Hopefully before next Thursday for that show, I'll have a little better idea of maybe what's going on. But yeah, there is a whole new round, and Facebook, for those guys out there that use Facebook. Pardon me.
Bless you.
Since this Vegas thing has happened, yeah, there's definitely been some revamping going on. It looks like on YouTube, to at least flag stuff, and then from what you guys are saying, obviously delete other things, and then on the Facebook side, it's happening too.
Jesus.
There's being some content issues and some people being banned and groups and pages taken down and stuff like that. It's a new wave. It's not anything new that's been happening necessarily on YouTube or Facebook, but since this Vegas thing, it's been ramped up. They've been revitalized to do it again. That's what it looks like. Maybe they've added words to the algorithms or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's messed up either way.
Yeah, they're all running on emotion. You know. Oh well, that doesn't help. Anything else on Google that you're pissed off about? Nice, Rick.
No, that's just it right now. You know, it wasn't enough for them to go after advertisements. It wasn't enough to do it again. It wasn't enough for them to, you know, make it so only a few people could get request reviews. It's not enough now that they start pulling videos and flagging people and sending them mean-spirited messages to take the Bumpfire videos off. That's not enough. But when are we going to stop using YouTube? I know we use it because you're able to get your message out to more people. But when the platform itself is actively working against you because they don't want that content on their servers, what do you do?
Well, I think we have to coalesce, and I think Thursday night a little bit when we talked about it. But the thing is getting this community to coalesce in a way that is going to move things forward is going to be hard to do. And we're hijacking Rick's show here, I think, too. So
that's fine. It's all stuff that I missed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do we do? I mean, can we do a similar thing to like Hangouts on VidMe? That's a thing.
Yeah, VidMe doesn't have that function, do they?
Should I say something, Clover?
Go for it.
No, I'm asking Clover. Clover, should I mention it yet, or?
I mean, I guess you could vaguely mention it. I mean, I don't know where you're at with it or what's going on. So,
I'm working on it. It doesn't do live streaming yet, but I do have an alternative for Hangouts right now that does work. But as I said, there's no live stream capability, so you can't go live with it. You can hold normal conversations, though. I found some open source software that works exactly like Google.
Oh, okay.
So I've been playing and testing with that. Here, I'll show you.
Hey, Raphael. Hey, Catch Bay.
Yeah. I've got it pointed at the ceiling right now, but that looks a little like Hangout, doesn't it? You got chat here.
Moon says there's an alt built into gun channels. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, where you record videos that way.
Okay.
But no, this actually works more like Hangouts. But I've been using it as a proof of concept. I don't know if it's ready for actual use, but it does function and manage just like Hangouts.
Except when you say we can't be doing like we're doing right now.
Right, because I don't have that working yet. It does do it. I just don't have it working yet.
Ah. Well, we'll let you keep your little secret and keep on going.
Yeah. Like, say, check this out. I'm screen sharing this, but now I can also go and screen share another window. Like that.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
It does do screen sharing now. I did set up the extension for that, so it is well on its way. But again, as I said, it's not ready yet.
No. If you could get something like that working, pretty good on VidMe, then VidMe's not pulling any of the videos. I take it.
Yeah. No, VidMe's not pulling videos, but they're not also they don't do live streaming. So that option, that thing right there, wouldn't be worth using unless you had live streaming.
Yeah.
Who said something about VidMe? The fact that they're not trying to really do this stuff. Was that Clovertech?
I've said it. Yeah.
Said it in the last chat I was in. Yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of guys, channels that have been on there for a long time, and the overhanging thing about advertising and stuff like that. They're like, that's been pretty much been talked about and everything since we've been on here, because VidMe's not new, and they're like, they're not going to do anything. And anyway, we had a back and forth, and the consensus seemed to be that YouTube is Google, and Google is huge, and Google includes AdSense, and they have the means, the advertising means, the means to reach those people to advertise, and that VidMe is just not, they're not an advertising. They built the platform to house the videos and do the other things, but they're not really an advertising arm. So, that's kind of up in the air, and nothing's been done with it. Now, so far, the other thing with VidMe, and that's something that we've got to play with, and I'm going to try to set something up on VidMe. And that has to do with the tips. I'd said this in a live stream of mine. I'm going to set up a little video, that's more or less like a tip video. And then if you want certain things done or whatever, go to that video and throw in a tip. But I've got one sub over there. I can tell you that you only get 57 cents on the dollar. I can tell you that much with VidMe. That's if somebody subs. Now, if they do a tip, I don't know, because I haven't gotten a tip yet over there. So, and I don't know. So far, that's like gone into like my VidMe account or something, and then you have to meet a threshold in order to get your money even after that. So, as far as the revenue generation, because we got two issues we deal with. We deal with the revenue of things, and then we deal with the exposure of things. So, VidMe is moderate at best with exposure and not good at all. Very low on the totem pole as far as revenue. So it's not it's not optimal, I guess is what I'd say. It's a viable option. I think people need to be over there. Don't get me wrong. I think it's good. It's like we talked about the redundancy and having backups and stuff archived and whatever. I mean, it's a good place. You need to drop your content over there for sure. But it's not viable. I don't think at this point. Now, if we could get enough people, but the thing is, I think we're short-sighted a little bit. I think we need to get more than just, because we've got, look at other Travis, or look at even Midnight TN that was on, or Mid TN that was on last night on my show. You've got people that do so many other things other than firearm, and all that's incorporated into their videos. So I think we need a larger audience pool, POOL over there. And in order to get that, I think we're going to have to talk to people that do things outside of firearms and try to pull them over as well. And if you've got more diverse content over there, then it's going to grow. You're going to have a bigger total audience. It's going to be similar to YouTube. Now, that's why YouTube, you've got 1.5 billion users on at any time. I mean, look at the variety of content that you've got on YouTube. So,
yeah, you're right there.
There's work to be done. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, is the opinions of the people who own YouTube ever going to change?
Well, I mean,
we are advertising back,
Yeah, and well, the same holds for VidMe, or the people that own VidMe. Well, are they going to change their mind? Are they going to be? And it's not that all of a sudden they wake up and they become liberal, and they pull all the gun content. It's not. That's not the issue. The issue is they get pressured. They get pressured by moms demand action. They get pressured by the left. They get pressured by politicians, whatever the case may be, and they've got money tied up in their platform or whatever the case may be, and they're not this big behemoth like Google or someplace like that has unlimited amounts of money to keep going when they're, just being beat over the head constantly by the left. So what do? They pull the gun content. So you've got two different types of, companies get a bad rap a lot of times, and they're anti-gun. Well, they're anti-gun because the anti-gunners have come in. It's not that they're anti-gun, but the anti-gunners have come in such a way and have attacked them in such a way that it's not beneficial for them. It's hurting them to support that particular community when they have a diverse pool, a diverse clientele, whatever you want to call it, to pull from. That small section. You got to realize, the gun guys out there like to think that we're this big, huge chunk of the pie, and we're not. People that own guns are a pretty big, huge piece of the pie. People that are active, that are care, that do something, that pay attention, are a very, very small sliver.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem lies. We've got to grow that sliver, and that's where I talk about we're not all. And I think Night Strike mentioned it, or somebody did on here.
See you later, Night.
We're not all together.
Later, guys.
We're separate. We're compartmentalized. Yes, we're gun owners, but then we're all compartmentalized too, and that makes it even worse.
Yeah, we all need to be on the same page.
Yeah,
totally agree with that.
Oh yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing videos of me outside wearing my gun, cooking burgers.
Angus beef, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm so small that they totally miss me by. I don't earn no money anyway, but you know what I'm saying? They haven't touched anything of mine yet, but I'm so small it's unreal.
As far as that goes, I feel a little disheartened because of the fact that everything going on, some people are not doing as many videos as they used to do because of what's going on with YouTube. And that's a little disheartening.
Yeah.
It's disheartening. It's disheartening. But as a creator, as a small creator that I am, it's also optimistic because I've talked to G about this. We've had, and G's been around. We all know that. And so we've had this discussion. Those that keep creating content right now, that buck the system, that find other ways, that diversify their revenue so they can stay around, that make it through this. You don't know what's going to happen next month. You don't know what's going to happen next year. You don't know what's going to happen. There could be a flip flop. The algorithm that's killing us. The algorithm could learn differently, and then it start leaving everybody alone. I mean, we don't know the future. We don't know what's going to happen. So what happens is when you have these big channels and all they do, they're not paying attention to their metadata. They're not diversifying their revenue streams. They're not doing all this stuff, and they're not because they come up in a different part of YouTube, in a different part of the internet, in a different part of firearm ownership in the sentiment in the country, whatever you want to call it. They come up in a different era for that. So they're not rolling with the changes. Okay. And then on top of that, they start slacking off and quitting, stop making content because they're kind of like the old guy that has made his fortune in whatever business and now he's retired. So, I mean, he doesn't have to hustle anymore. So he's not hustling. Well, he's going to die off. But that gives rise to those that are actually working hard. So I think it's still important to get the content out there. It's still important to research this stuff, try to figure out what's going on. We may never figure out what's going on, and we may figure out in the end, yeah, it's all a political play. There's no AI stuff. That's the AI and the algorithm is just a cop out. We may figure that out, but we have to keep trying to find new ways and re-innovate, and we do that by reaching as many people as we can and bringing in preaching to the choir here is great, but we've got to get out there to people, and that's the thing with VidMe that bothers me now with YouTube. That's about the only platform that you're not preaching to the choir. With VidMe, we're sort of preaching to the choir because most of us moved over there at once. With Facebook, that deals with your friends, your followers on your page, that sort of thing. And to an extent, you're preaching to the choir. Gun Channels is the same way.
Yeah, we need to bring in some new blood.
Yeah, and unfortunately, YouTube, you know, picking up random people here and there on YouTube is still the most viable way to bring in new people to that tent.
Yeah.
And not just those new people, but encourage the current people that think it's not worth it or whatever. We need to encourage one another to stick with it, stay on it, keep doing what you're doing, don't give up, find other venues to add to your to your, I don't know what the word is you would use to describe what I'm trying to say, but add to your platform. You know, your platform is YouTube, your platform is VidMe, your platform is whatever it is. Keep adding to it, don't give up, and let's, continue to stick together, work together. Stop being the positive and the negative and just bouncing off one another. We need to stick together and continue what we're doing.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, my hour is up. So wow. I appreciate all the input. And it was great to hear. Glad you joined me, Clover. I get a lot out of what you say. Always do. I appreciate you joining in. Thank you very much. So, yeah. So I'm going to call it quits, and I'll see everybody next week. Same time, same channel. And as again, thanks for everybody for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If anybody got any topics, you can always let me know. Either email me or come on and write them in at the beginning of the show, and we'll talk about them. So thanks, everyone, for being there. I appreciate it.
Take it easy.